Here I am again in Assetto Corsa Competizione. This time I'm driving the McLaren 720S, and I've tuned this car to be an understeering pig. What that means is that the car is drivable when the tires are cold. Never mind my pedals being all broken. So that the car doesn't just rotate off the track when the tires are cold. The pedals are stuck, and there we go. I chose Silverstone because of these maggots, beckets, and whatever props or whatever these corners are called. Because it's really good for testing the rear end of the car. And as you can see, I'm not oversteering off the track. It's not rotating or sliding. It's just understeering. And it'll really understeer at speed because of the aerodynamics. Like I said, I haven't fine-tuned the settings for this car. Brakes are dragging. Come on, brakes. There we go. Just understeer everywhere. I should probably change the view so you can... Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, that's pit speed limiter. That's the one I want. I'm not used to driving in this view, so I might be driving bad. Pit speed limiter still on? There we go. Alright, now you can see the wheel. The steering is 1-to-1. You can see how much steering input I put into the car. Alright, turn 1 at speed. I can dab the brake. I'm sure I'll brake into the turn and it doesn't spin around on me. Enter that first turn really fast, like you're supposed to. Down a gear, down another gear. I could probably take that corner a little bit faster, but my pedals are broken. The main takeaway of this part of the video is that the car is drivable. And I don't know if it has to do with the setup range of the car or just the vehicle dynamics of the physics of the car. This car really understeers. I might be able to tune it out. But if this is the only car that drives like this, I can only drive one car in the whole game. I'm pretty sure the Bentley drives pretty well. It's front engine. I drove it for one of the special events, and it drove pretty well without any tuning. And there's the understeer. Alright, I think I proved my point with this car. I'm going to load up another car. I'm going to load up the Ferrari. Oh, I should have shown the settings. Whatever, maybe I won't show them in this video. And Ferrari. Where is it? There it is. Ferrari. Oops. I like to use Rinaldi Racing because David Perel. He's a pretty prominent YouTuber. Let's see. So I'm going to show the settings on this car. And it's basically as understeery as I can make the car so that it is drivable on cold tires. So, setup. Current setup. Load. Alright, tires. Electronics. Fuel strategy. Mechanical grip. And this is I have the really stiff front springs, the really soft rear springs, and really soft rear anti-roll, and really stiff front anti-roll. And stiff dampers all around because they're not very stiff altogether. Aero. I have it raised so it's not running on the bump stops. Alright. Now to drive.
Green light. Go, go, go.
So I'm going to intentionally overspeed the car into Maggots and Beckett's. I think that's the first two corners. I don't remember the corner names, but this chicane section. Oh, I didn't do it. So it really likes to oversteer when oversped through the turn. The brakes are dragging. That might be why. But once the tires heat up, this car drives really well, actually. So let's see if I can overspeed this turn, since the tires are still cold. There it is, and there's a slide that's just barely controllable. How's that full lock to catch that slide? No throttle. Alright, so maybe now that the tires are heated up. So when the tires are heated up on this car, it drives much better than the McLaren. With the settings that I have, I could probably make the McLaren drive way better than this car. But as of now, with my understeering set up on the McLaren, this has more rear end feel. If my brake wouldn't stop dragging. There we go. Whoa. Tires are still cold. There's a lot of, what do you call it, stability at high speed. I have the aerodynamics, so there's pretty much maximum rear angle and minimum front wing angle. There it goes sliding. You can really drive this car on the rear end. I don't know how fast it is. I haven't compared the times. But really don't overspeed the corner because it'll rotate. The brake is dragging. Darn it, I did it twice. So now I can actually drive it. The tires are hot. When the car slides, I can catch it. Everything on my wheel is braking. My paddle shifters, the pedals, force feedback is broken. The shifter, the H pattern shifter that comes, or doesn't come with it, comes separate, is broken. Everything's broken. Let's see. Brakes are dragging. So if I can get the McLaren to stop understeering so much, it'll be a much faster car to drive. This one is just too much on the edge. Brake is dragging. There we go. Brake. This is really bothersome, the brake. Oh my gosh, I can't even drive with one lap. So I can catch that slide there, that little micro slide. And the brake is still dragging. Same with that one. Whoa. I'm surprised I caught that one. So now that the tires are warm, it's drivable. I think I mentioned that already. It's still a little bit too skatey, and stiffer front end, it doesn't really help much. It's pretty much at its limit of understeer I've tuned into the car. Alright. So there's uncatchable oversteer. I'm going to go back into the McLaren and see what I can do with that. I should have looked at the time. I could have compared that with the McLaren. I was driving pretty much as fast as I could go with that. Team McLaren, Shadow Project, Enzo Bonito, Silverstone, start. I wouldn't be able to compete online with that Ferrari. It's too much on the edge. If I could tune more understeer into it, if the dampers were stiffer, then it would be nice to drive. So now compare it back to the, not save load. Compare it with this one, which I'll go through the settings now. The cambers and the caster and the tire pressures are basically all the same, and the toe and everything. Electronics, fuel strategy, mechanical grip. As you can see, the suspension is a little bit different. And then the dampers, as you can see, the dampers go to 40 instead of 11. I don't know if that's actually a stiffer damper or if that's just more increments in the same stiffness damper. Either way, this car drives much better. Aero. Alright, go back to driving it.
Green light, go, go, go.
So I still have to wait for the tires to heat up. So I'm going to take it easy, even though it understeers more than the other car. There's the understeer. There's the high-speed understeer. Has that really high steering angle around the exit of that turn, scrubbing the front tires a lot. Alright, that's pretty much a lap. I know what I need to do. And I'm going to change a lot of things, even though that's not recommended to change a lot of things all at once, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to soften these springs up. No, that's fine where it is. Soften the front ones only. 118. Let's see if that does anything. Actually, that's all I'm going to do, is just do the front springs. I could do the anti-roll. I'll do that after. Dampers, I'll leave where they're at. Alright. Save. Oh, I was also going to do aero. Maybe I will do that later. Alright. So I didn't change much. I'm going to try just the front springs. And then the front anti-roll. This is so much easier to drive. I mean, not from before, but in the Ferrari. Missed the apex. A lot of understeer. Can't see the corner with the A-frame in the way. Oh, it's supposed to be second gear. Alright, so that's not enough to get the car rotating. Alright, now the anti-roll in the front. Going to change it to 5. A little bit more rotation. Not much. doesn't help that the brake is draggy. Alright, that was one lap. Not much oversteer. I'm going to reduce this down to 2. So it seems like the only way I'm going to get oversteer out of this car is by making the rear spring stiffer. Because this is not done enough to get oversteer in the front end. Or what do you call it? More grip in the front end. Of course the tires are still cold, so I should probably drive the car more than one lap. It's still understeering a lot. Alright. I'm going to change the view. I'll hit the wrong button again. There we go. Much better view. Oh, actually it's weird transitioning from that other view to this view. Alright, I should probably do more laps, but it was understeering a lot. Huh. I should probably create a new setup instead of saving over this one. I'm going to change this back to where it was. 34? Yep. Alright, then do a new setup. These are going to be maximum soft. This is probably going to be down to 1. I don't like 0 anti-roll. It's too rolly. And then I'm going to try decreasing the arrow. Oh. In the rear. Down to 4. So it was at 8. Down to 4. And try just that and save it. New. there's some oversteer. There's understeer. This is a good corner to test understeer. It's understeering a lot. Alright, I'm going to do one more lap after this one. Oh, there's some oversteer. Was it just the arrow, or was it that's the problem with changing too many things at once? I think it was just the arrow, because it was understeering before with these settings. With the front suspension settings. Didn't brake early enough. It is oversteering a little bit. The tires are warmer. Much easier to see the apex in this view. Alright, I think this video is long enough. I'm going to do a full settings video later for the cars that I choose to drive, not every car. And that's the end of this one. It's been long enough. Till the next one.